I'm Dave Lorenz, along with Michelle Banache. I almost forgot for a second.
I was going to say, do you remember my name from 30 seconds ago?
I know. It's that age thing. On Travel Michigan, and we're going to talk about wineries next.
We are. And, Dave, we were just talking about the trip planning tool on Michigan.org. Mm-hmm. We are talking with Carol Bush, who's the promotion specialist at the Michigan Grape and Wine Industry Council. Welcome to the show, Carol.
Thank you much.
And Carol is going to talk to us and teach us about a great new trip planner feature on the Michigan Wines website.
It's brand new. We just launched it in April as part of Michigan Wine Month. And we felt we had a great website to begin with, but we knew that there were a lot of features that people could use to be able to get them to learn more about the wineries and the wines in Michigan, and also to get them out there visiting the wineries and the winery tasting rooms. So we've added a lot of new information to the site about the individual wineries. We have, if you go to the winery information for one particular winery, you'll see the events that they're involved in. You'll see awards that they've won at competitions around the country. A lot more detail about individual wineries for people that visit the site. But then you can also add those individual wineries to your wine tour. You can create a wine tour with as few or as many wineries as you might want to include. It's a pretty cool working feature. It's actually similar to the one at Michigan.org, mm-hmm. where you can collect a lot of different wineries, add them to your tour, and the system will map your tour for you. You can change the order in which you'd like to visit those wineries. If you have a particular itinerary you want to keep for yourself, or you can have the system create the best route, be the most efficient in your travels. So it's pretty cool. It works wonderfully. It's also very, very mobile friendly. So it works on the road as well as at your desktop.
That's pretty cool. I'm actually looking at a printout of a section of the MichiganWines.com website, and mm-hmm. Amanda Munson, who produces our program, put this couple of pages together for us, and looks really neat. As you're mentioning, you basically search by like the winery name, the city, the region, or you can search by additional features, which include bed and breakfasts and some other features as well, right?
Yes. We have a few wineries that have restaurants right on mm-hmm. site, so you can search for that. There are about a dozen wineries that will host weddings at their locations, so you can search for that if you're planning a wedding, Dave. If you're planning,
Let's hope that's off a little ways.
And looking to have a lovely romantic vineyard setting, you can search for that. We have a club, Vintage Michigan, and we have about 50 of the wineries that participate in that, where you get discounts on your purchases there. So you can also search for those member wineries. So there are a lot of you can pretty much narrow it down to whatever you want.
And Carol, I know there's a lot of there are quite a few wine trails around the state already. Are those also on this tour map, or
the trails specifically are not? Okay. And I know Michigan.org does have them by trail, which is a very cool feature there. There were a few reasons we chose not to do that, But yes, all of those wineries are included here, and then we also have on our site a page that links to all of those wine trails. We have, I think, 6 of them now that they're groups of wineries. They work together to do events and other things.
Well, when you go through your site, you see not only the name of the winery and the location and such, contact information, but there's these big, beautiful images, these pictures that either give you a feeling of the region, of the winery itself, maybe mm-hmm. of the vineyards, what it looks like. These are really nice, and gives you kind of a feeling for it,
That's what we're hoping for. We want people to feel get that feeling that, gee, I want to go there, you know?
These people at Black Star Farms look like they're having way too much fun. There's a bunch of people at the tasting room. There had to be a setup shot. Come on.
No, that wasn't set up. Everybody that
Looks
goes to
good.
Black Star Farms has a great time.
It is a great place, as are so many of them in the state. And,
Yes.
you know, I think one of the things that I really like about this is because you allow people to select by region, and it's not just the north or the northwest area or the southwest area. It also, you know, pulls out these other areas, including the Upper Peninsula. Mm-hmm. And the sad truth of it is, I think a lot of people think our wineries are only in that Traverse and St. Joe area.
It's because they, you know, most of them are between the Traverse City area and the like the Pawpaw area down south. Most of them are located there, but we have almost half of our wineries are located elsewhere. We've got a nice little cluster in the southeast part of the state, kind of around Jackson, and we've got wineries in the Thumb. We've got them up near Alpena, Sheboygan, in the UP. Yeah, they're all over the place. So you can create with our tool on our website. You can create a nice little tour in whatever area you'd like to visit.
Now, I don't think there's a search option here to say I want to find all the wineries that have really excellent whites or excellent reds or fruit sparkling or whatever it happened to be.
Yeah, that would be difficult.
Yeah, it would be, especially since so many of them offer so much.
Yes, most of the wineries have a variety: drier, sweeter, white, red. Mm-hmm. Probably about a third of them offer a sparkling. And fruit wines, you know, there are a lot of them that are offering different fruit wines too. So, it's a tough thing with the. There's got to be well over 1,000 different wines that are offered by all of the wineries. So keeping track of those, it's hard enough for the wineries themselves, much less for us to try to do.
Yeah, a bit off subject, but I get these questions all the time. And, of course, we want people to go out and see these wineries, and that's why this tool is such a really valuable tool. Makes it a lot easier for you to kind of find not only the wineries, but find out how to get there. Yeah. Some of these places, they are in, the fields. They're out in the agricultural areas.
Oh, absolutely.
Some of them not too easy to find, especially in that southwest Michigan area. But people are often asking me why our wineries don't sell more of their wines in other states, far away or internationally.
Well,
why is that?
It's a big part of it is because most of them sell everything to their lovely customers here in Michigan, or to people who are visiting Michigan from other states. The Southwest, you mentioned the Southwest region, we hear from them that people come from Chicago, the Chicago area. Throughout the season, they sell more to the Chicago market than they do to Michigan. Yeah. So, and it's right out of their tasting rooms. So that's the reason. You will see some of the larger wineries distributing in the surrounding states, and we do have some in New York. We have some that are actually at really high-end restaurants in New York, Chicago, and out west in San Francisco. But the majority of the wines are just sold right here in the state. They don't make very much. So, like I said, they really can sell to those folks that visit them in the tasting room.
Yeah, we really don't have any of those mega farms that are, multiple, hundreds and hundreds of acres.
Like the big Mondavi
exactly.
empire.
Yeah. Well, it's great because we really do enjoy the fact that people love to come to Michigan, check out these various wineries, and of course now you've made it so much easier to do by going to that new trip planner available at MichiganWines.com. I want to thank Carol Bush, promotion specialist of the Michigan Grape and Wine Industry Council, for joining us today and filling us in on all that great information at MichiganWines.com. What's happening event-wise in the state, Michelle?
Well, as you know, 4th of July is upon us, so there's Independence Day celebrations happening across the state. July 3rd, the New Buffalo Lakefront Park and Beach is having fireworks along with the sounds of the Southwest Michigan Symphony Orchestra. Westphalia's got their 4th of July festival on July 3rd and 4th. And if you want something a little bit different for 4th of July, you can either head up to Baraga for the Baraga County Lumberjack Days with community street dance, children's parades, an air band competition, and, of course, fireworks. And that's July 3rd and 4th in Baraga. Independence Day at Crossroads Village and Huckleberry Railroad, great place to take the family. And up in Alpena, Thunder Bay Marine Festival is happening on July 4th as well. So another opportunity to see some tall ships, get some live music, a small boat workshop. Some other things happening are the Battle Creek Field of Flight Air Show and Balloon Festival, July 3rd through the 7th. And right now, the National Cherry Festival is happening up in Traverse City, and Harbor Festival is going on in Ludington.
Lots happening all over the place. You can always find more information by going to Michigan.org. You know, last weekend, I think I told you, Michelle, we went out camping, had a great time tent camping. I think I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that next as we talk to our friends from Marvac. That's coming up next, learning what's happening in that camping and RV world during Camping and RV Month in July. That's next right here on Travel Michigan, where your trip begins at Michigan.org.